Good morning, Scorpio ladies and gentlemen, and cross watchers out there. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay, so Scorpios, what I like to do is to give you a bit of a special topics reading, and we've been focusing on past life type readings. And so, what I wanted to do with this reading was to just help you discover and or embrace your shadow. And many of you might be wondering, what is a shadow? A shadow, ladies and gentlemen, is your evil twin. It's your doppelganger, for those of you who are familiar with the terminology as used in literature. Okay? It's certainly not your friend, ladies and gentlemen. These are patterns, or in fact, forbidden feelings or secret wishes, ladies and gentlemen, that many of us tend to hold on to. And these tendencies tend to hold us back, So, what I like to do is to help you, ladies and gentlemen, free yourself from these destructive tendencies. Recognize, ladies and gentlemen, that the shadow actually has been amongst us for centuries. Even Shakespeare once noted, out, out, brief candles. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hours upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. To die, to sleep, perchance, there goes the rub. Okay? So, with this said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be using my shadow tarot deck to help you discover and, of course, work with the shadow that resides within. And these attributes that I'm going to discuss with you guys, I'm sure that there will be things that you've heard others say to you. Rest assured, Scorpio, that this reading will not and may not resonate with each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope it offers you valuable information. Okay? Valuable information that can help you change your life if you're really serious. Also, I like to caution you before getting into this reading that I'm going to say a lot of terrible things about you. Okay? And if it rattles your nerves, that means that you have come in touch with your shadow. All right? So, Spirit, give me some messages regarding Scorpio's shadow. Okay? And this reading, it really has no expiration period, although I am making it valid from here until December. Okay? Just to give you a few things to work with, Scorpio. All right? So, Spirit, give me a few messages. As I say, I'm going to be using my shadow tarot deck today. If I can stop dropping the cards here. Let's see. All right. All right, enough shuffling. Let's see what card that fell to the bottom of the deck here we have. Let's make sure that this is straight for you guys so you can see. We have the Five of Swords, ladies and gentlemen, here. Okay? So with that card, ladies and gentlemen, that card certainly brings out a lot of conflict, right? A lot of greed. It's a card that, usually has a plan in mind to win at any given situation here. Okay? It shows a tendency to use others, ladies and gentlemen, for one's own personal gain. Or perhaps even with many of you, I'm seeing here with this card, perhaps you might even have the tendency to let pride get the better of you. And I feel too that a lot of you may even possibly have an inability to apologize. Because this card encompasses, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of deception, particularly when you're looking at it from a more shadowy perspective. Underhandedness, being a bully, ladies and gentlemen, or even constantly contemplating or even doing illegal moves and or practices. All right. So this shows, ladies and gentlemen, the energy here that pervades your current shadowy situation here. And you see here that these tendencies and attributes are indeed negative. Okay. So when you're working more on your lower vibe type energy, these are the things that many of you might be embracing. If you're still doing that now, it's time to make that change. So let's pull a card, ladies and gentlemen, to identify, ladies and gentlemen, what in fact, we're going to look at more so your denial, okay? Look at negative, both negative as well as positive polarities that a lot of people tend to point out. And perhaps those things that people point out, you find it very arduous to accept. It's more of your blind spot, ladies and gentlemen, and I feel that you're going to certainly be challenged with this aspect here. Let's select the card and see what comes up here. We have, wow, the Lover. So we all know what that card already means just by looking at it, right? So what this seems to be suggesting to me is that many of you, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio, you find it quite difficult making decisions, making choices, or even if you do make decisions, you make poor decisions. I'm getting when you do tend to um, decide, and the reason being is because you really don't really evaluate all of the ramifications of the choices that you make or the decisions that you make. Many of you, even Scorpio, you might even find it hard to be faithful when you are in a romantic situation here. And if that's the case, Scorpio, then don't get in relationships if you know you're not going to be faithful. It's going to backfire every time. All right? Many of you even love paying power plays, I'm getting. Having this dominant type aspect with yourself. And you're not really loving who you are. Or even, in fact, which you guys are very intuitive. You don't even trust your inner truth most of the time. You constantly second guess yourself. It shows a lot of inconsistency, Scorpio. Even in fact, mental health type issues that you guys might be feeling a bit challenged. It's all about with this card. It makes me think about Eve's song back in the day. Love is blind. You know that song. It's it's just everything is just it's a very big disjunction here that I'm seeing here. It's more that many of you sometimes find yourself in romantic situations with not love, without any love. It's just sex here, even sex for pay for some of you. Very immature. Let's pull another card and just move on to another topic area or discussion point here. Let's look at your anxiety. What really gets you nervous, Scorpio, and touchy, or what you feel? Keep an open mind, Scorpio. You following me? All right? Let's select the card here. Wow. Nine of Swords, Scorpio. Okay? So this card seems to be suggesting that certainly isolation gets you feeling this way. Even death, suicide, or even sorrow. A bit feeling entrapped. Perhaps a lot of connection to the past here. Even I feel your own decisions make you nervous. This is more of your own worst enemy type mentality here. It seems that you always have this pessimistic type fear or outlook everybody's always working against Scorpio. No, that's not true. You always fear the worst in things here. Okay? Let's select another card, ladies and gentlemen, and just take a peek at what makes you feel inferior, or in fact, let's look at things that makes you lack confidence. Okay? And perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, this card might also bring up your parents or whoever may have kind of raised you, or something that you may have experienced in the past that might have been culprits into how you're feeling now, in terms of how you're feeling when you're lacking confidence. So let's go on and just select the card here. We have the Emperor. Wow. Okay. Perhaps your need to control makes you feel a lack of confidence when you're not really in control here. Or your, again, I have to stress this, your inability to make decisions, to decide, or just simply being stubborn, or it could be, as we revisit your past here, your father could have caused this. Your father could have been very controlling, right? Or, in fact, Scorpio, when you are in an oppressive type situation, or when you refuse to be responsible. It's almost that commercial that used to come on, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. It's almost. All right. Let's look at what causes Scorpio anger here. All right. We have Ace of Wands. All right. And what I mean by anger here, or here, is what qualities in a person that Scorpio dislike or hate. All right. We have that Ace of Wands there. So it seems that when a person doesn't trust him or herself, that causes that your dislike, these feelings here. Or it looks like also when that person doesn't want to embrace new opportunities. When in fact, Scorpio, you yourself sometimes don't like to do that. All right? Or when a person, I'm getting, ladies and gentlemen, when a person seems to have a problem with creativity, or just being inspiring in some way. Someone that is boring, I'm getting. A person who isn't a go getter. A person, Scorpio, who makes promises, certainly that he or she never keeps, or someone who's very unproductive, very selfish, you know? And ladies and gentlemen, these things can cause all types of health type issues in Scorpio. Watch out for these and these people that you are finding that you dislike here. Let's select a card to see, what you rarely, things about which you rarely talk, particularly to others, or tell others. Your secrets, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now we have the King of Swords. And with having that card, ladies and gentlemen, that one of the things that I'm seeing, that it seems that you start projects with complete abandon, Scorpio. Then you cast them aside as quick as you started them. And usually doing so is always a lot of frustration I'm getting surrounding that. It causes sadness in some way, I'm getting. Your lack of patience, Scorpio, and the fact that you can also be a bit too very cold and abrasive, Scorpio, vindictive, treacherous, a clout chaser. Those are some secrets that tend to come to mind with seeing that card. Now let's select another card here, and what we're going to look at, Scorpio, is where you possibly might even be your own worst enemy, where self-hatred lies, self-loathing, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Hierophant. Wow. So it seems That Scorpio, many of you certainly have problems accepting religions, particularly other than your own here. Yours is the truth. Some of you might even be a bit too focused on how you look and fathering others, simply just following others' truth without properly evaluating things. Or simply, Scorpio, being a bit too corrupt spiritually. Okay? Which causes you to settle for less. Or just simply, Scorpio, wearing a mask which effaces you of your own truth, your own identity. Scorpio, your own worth. All right? So, Scorpio, this is what I have in terms of, just examining your shadow cards here. Rest assured, Scorpio, as I indicated, some of this may not resonate, but for the information that clearly does resonate, be sure to give this reading a very big thumbs up. All right? Share it with others to whom you think might benefit. But before closing this reading, I like to give you a few additional messages to help you transform your life, along with what I've already told you, by just Scorpio simply letting go. All right? So, Spirit, give me 4 more messages to share with Scorpio, particularly during this time period in question. Okay? To help Scorpio. Give us a few additional messages. All right, let's see what we have, Scorpio. It's time, Scorpio, that you learn to take some action to surrender your desire to control people. Okay? Because being over controlling can certainly sabotage relationships. And Scorpio, to more effectively achieve your goals, you might want to consider backing off, regrouping, and giving the situation some breathing room. Okay? It's time that you surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing yourself so hard. Understand that the art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to certainly force the river. Surrender your belief in scarcity. Because the universe it's been kind of urging you, or really asking you to open up to the infinite nature of abundance. Because in this way, you can remove blocks in your life and really succeed beyond your wildest dreams if you just trust. Last message, Scorpio, with these cards. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are, Scorpio, definitely ready to let love in. Okay? Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that really stop you from really opening your heart. Remember, getting back to your shadow reading, we see that one of the things or factors that you've been, that is kind of been having causing a lot of conflict is this lovers here. Your ability, Scorpio, to make firm decisions here. Seems that you might have quite too many options available to you. And you need to get rid of them. Some of them. You know what I'm saying? You have too many options. Make a firm decision here. All right? So, in conclusion, I like to just give you one final message, just for you, Scorpio, that Spirit would have me to share with you, and I'm going to do that with my postcards here. So, Spirit, give me one final message that you'd like me to share with Scorpio regarding the subject matter under discussion, and something that Scorpio might want to consider moving forward. All right? Spirit, one remaining message, please. Okay. And Scorpio, here we have this postcard. Let's see what it says. Dear you, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of a higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this: try something new, do something different. You won't know how it feels, or what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take the first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. You'll be so glad you did because the treasure will appear. We're so proud of you for being brave. You are so loved and so supported. So, Scorpio, my goodness, this is a very welcoming reading. Okay? Thanks a lot for viewing, Scorpio. And remember, again, to give this reading a big thumbs up. If you'd like to have a more personalized reading, my information is contained within the description box. Please remember to tap that bell so that you can receive all new um, postings as I get them uploaded. Okay? Thanks a lot for your time and enjoy your day.